Go on.
Yeah. Let's see what it's at like.
Ready? You ready?
Yep.
So I have to apologize. I was very disheartened by the engine issues I was having, and I really thought I was going to end up having to scrap the whole project. And through my distress, I really did not do a good job of documenting all the work we did to the engine. So I'm just kind of outline what happened. And what you saw previously, that was us getting the timing and the idle air control and everything set right. And we got the engine where it was idling, albeit idling very rough. We got the engine, it would pretty much run while CJ, the mechanic, that's actually my girlfriend's brother, who was so gracious to help me get this boat running. He would feather the throttle, and he could keep the engine running. It would never idle under 1,000. So we knew it had some issues. We thought it was fuel issues. During the 45 minutes we had it running and it tuned, the oil pan gained about maybe a half quart to a quart of fluid, and it smelled like gasoline. Some people thought it might be a blown head gasket, thought I was getting water in it, but I know exactly what that looks like. Usually the oil gets lighter and thicker, it emulsifies, but this was very thin. It was like, imagine pancake syrup being like a thick oil, and then you put it in the microwave, it turns real thin. That's what it's like when the fuel gets diluted with gasoline, and that's basically what was happening. So we knew we had a problem, and there's only two things that could cause that. One being a bad diaphragm in the fuel pump. There's like a little opening, it's about this big in the fuel pump, because it's a mechanical fuel pump. It has a lever that goes in, and it's actuated by the crankshaft. And when that diaphragm goes bad, I've heard that they can pump fuel into the crankcase. The other thing is that the carburetor was dumping fuel into the engine. And I confirmed that it was, in fact, coming from the manifold, the carburetor, because I pulled the spark plugs out and turned the engine over. I tried to get a video of this. I was not able to duplicate it on video, though, but you could literally see gasoline spurting out of the plug hole, which means I was also worried about hydrolocking the engine. Then also, while we were in the midst of doing all this, two other problems came up. One, the engine would never get over about 110, 115 degrees. It wasn't warming up to operating temp. That was an easy fix. Come to find out, the thermostat was failing, and it was failing in an open position and just letting water flow. So we put a new thermostat. Now the engine runs perfectly at about 145 to 150 degrees. That could have caused the issue because the engines are designed to warm up and seal and operate at a certain temp. And if they stay an engine can run too cold. It doesn't operate correctly. So we fixed that, and then there was also oil spewing out of the front. So we figured it was a front main seal, which is a whole endeavor. I did get some good photos of that. I'll show you right here. So once we got the thermostat in and we got the front seal done and replaced the timing cover gasket, which was fun because you're actually supposed to pull the engine out to do that because you have to drop the oil pan. And we devised a way to support the engine while in the boat and kind of did it ghetto style. But it actually worked out really good. We thank goodness for a good mechanic and some good old poor man's ingenuity.
What's up?
I'm videoing you.
Oh.
There's a little Permatex where the gaskets meet up. Got some good gasket maker here. Oh, there it is. Hold that up again. The right stuff.
Right stuff. The lyrics of this.
And hopefully we won't regret doing this without pulling this engine out the boat. Just using that Permatex to hold her in place, huh?
Yeah.
Stick it on there. Wrong hole. There she goes. Like a glove.
Get it all over me.
That's alright. It ain't working if you ain't getting a little bit messy. So then we had the fuel issue. We never could. The engine would not run under load, and it would not. It wouldn't idle. It's supposed to idle around 700, 750 RPM. We couldn't get it there. So what we did was we put a fuel regulator on it, which worked like a charm. But then we had the opposite issue. The engine, it would idle, but then it wouldn't rev up. starved for fuel. Turns out the whole time we had a carburetor that was made of, like, the bottom half was a Sierra, like, OEM replacement carb, and the top half was a, like, Chinese carburetor. And the Chinese carburetor A had, like, I don't know what they're called. They're like little brass tubes that come down in, like, this little, like, Venturi, like, spray nozzle, and they were bent. But then also there's a brass tube that goes on side of the choke that lets air get into the fuel sump in the carburetor, and it had a dirt dauber nest in it. It was clogged completely. So we actually went back to the OEM carb that I had from this boat for like 4 years ago that I thought was bad, and rebuilt it, and we threw it on here, and the boat instantly came back to life. We pulled it. Like, it's funny because not only did the boat come back to life, it would run, but it wouldn't go over 3,000 RPM. It was still starved of fuel. And then we took the fuel regulator off, and she ran like a hot scalded dog. And I definitely got some footage of that, and I'm happy to share it with you guys. And it was like, we kind of chased our tails a little bit, but it ended up being a pretty simple thing. And a lot of times it is. It just took perseverance and patience and a lot of testing of different theories, and we ended up getting it right. So on to the next thing. Y'all enjoy the footage.